everybody. Here we are again. How's everybody doing today? Hi Trina, Jay, Greg, Alex, Mike, Sadnak. To everybody who could make it, thank you. There's Steve. He finally decided to show up. Oh, good, Trina. I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm doing okay too. I'm just tired. I didn't sleep very well last night, so. Oh, and I'm hot right now, so I'm going to take this off. Okay, that's better. So, here we are yet again. Am I sounding okay today? No, it's not that kind of channel. Trust me, you probably don't want to see me taking it all off, Trina. Oh. Yeah, I haven't been able to sleep for the last couple weeks. So, I am sharing my bed with cats only for the first time in 27 years. So, yeah, I'm not sleeping too hot. So, the cats are enjoying it though. They really like having like an entire bed to themselves. I have a queen Prada, you idiot. I have a queen size bed, and the cats love sharing it with me. Speak of the devil, we got Prada. He decided to grace our presence. He tried jumping up on the chair and didn't make it. Oh. He's been up my butt all day since I came home. So, yeah, cat fail. Oh, and of course everybody can see we have Simon in the background. He's guarding my toolbox. He is a cute floof. He's a very sweet floof. So, and then we have here we have Miss Midna. Yeah, over on the chair. She's my one of my solid black cats. So, hey Simon. Oh, now I awoken the Kraken. Come here. Come on. Come on. Everybody wants to say hi to you. Come on. Sitting here having a conversation with a deaf cat. Oh, and there's Lydia. Hey, Lydia. Yeah, this is Mike's cat shack. And Lydia has claimed their throne, so. Oh, all right, Simon. So, hey, baby. Yes, this one's not spoiled at all. Hey, no hissing. Quit hissing at the dog. Get off my toolbox. Go sleep on the apple too. Oh, so yeah, she's a very big floof. She's not like physically large. She's just very fluffy. Oh. Yeah, computers and tech, that's for sure. So, all right. Well, I think we're here. I got 11 people. That's not too bad for a Monday. No, Prada, I love you too. But so what we're gonna do is Um, one thing we're gonna do is I found this little thing in my shed today. Well, I didn't find it in my shed today. I knew I had it. I didn't really know what it was. And Steve and I were talking the other day, and he's like, "Hey, I think you got one of those upscalers in your shed." And it's like, you know what? I think you're right. So I dug it out today. I had to go down and grab hard drives, of course. And so I grabbed this, and it's a VGA upscaler. So I'm halfway to getting my screen capture device done. So I get mobbed by the horde every night, Mike. Trust me, I lay in bed and I got at least 5 of them. So, and Alex, she's not the king. She's the queen of the chair. She's the queen of the house. She is large and in charge. Since my fiance left me, she's now the reigning bitch in the house. So, yeah, I know, Steve. You can remember where all my stuff is, but be damned if you could find a hard drive in your disaster. So, all right. So, on to the more technical side of things. I want to give a shout out to Steve at Mac84. He made these cool little banners that I'm using at the bottom of my stream right now. I am sure you've seen him use them on his. He is a very talented artist. Believe it or not, you would never know it to look at him, but he's really pretty good. I love this little dancing color classic. I think it's cute. I keep trying to get him to make one for me. With something, not a color classic, but something a little different. So, but I wanted to show that off. I'm playing with OBS. That's the software I'm using to actually stream. So, I play around, and of course Steve, gives me all kinds of, suggestions on what to do and how to do things, so, we're getting there slowly. And, yeah, I wish I had one for you, Greg, but for everybody watching, please visit Hrutkay Mods as well, and also the House of Moth. That's Jay's channel. Both of those gentlemen are on Mac Yak with me, and they're good guys. We're always helping each other out with stuff, so so what we got going on here today is, so I went down to my shed on my lunch break from work, and so I grabbed a hard drive. I grabbed the biggest hard drive I had. The biggest parallel ATA hard drive I had. Hi Dana, welcome to the zoo. Yes, there are cats. We have plenty of cats. So I grabbed the biggest parallel ATA hard drive I had, which was an 80 gig. It's a very sufficient drive for a G4. I mean, considering, I probably have only used maybe 30 to 40 gigs in my iMac out of 250. So, 80 seems sufficient. But while I was down there, I was thinking, it's like, man, I got a couple of these little laptop drives. So this one here is a Samsung 160 gig. Now this is a SATA drive. So, I don't know if it's seeable, but it's serial ATA, So I somewhere along the line I had bought a whole bunch of these to adapt parallel ATA computers to SATA. And I had gotten these on the express intention of getting SSDs, like just regular off-the-shelf SSDs, and putting in some of these older machines that I have, like the Quicksilver and the Sawtooth. I haven't gotten around to the whole SSD part yet. So I have a decision to make, and I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to put it to a vote. So we have the 80 gigabyte Western Digital, which was manufactured 3 December 2002. And apparently I last had this in service 11/6 of 2003. I've owned this drive that long. So, because that's my handwriting on there. So I have no idea what I had this drive in, but I must have had it in something. So I'm sure it works, but its condition is unknown. Or I have this Samsung SpinPoint 160 gig serial ATA drive from 2010. I think I pulled this out of a small computer, desktop computer that I used to use at work, and replaced it with a SSD. So we could use that with the adapter, or we could use the regular full-size drive. Now this drive here I can mount perfectly. This drive would be slopping around like you wouldn't believe. So I would imagine the laptop drive is probably 5400 RPM, Steve. It doesn't say. Oops. Let's take a look. Let's see what we find out. Oh. Yeah, so it's a 5400 RPM hard drive that you can actually still buy through Newegg for $40. It's a SATA 1, looks like 1.5 gigs per second with an 8 meg cache. So you know, I was thinking that to use this drive here, figuring that just the age of the drive would be a big advantage. I do have some. It's in the car, and I'm not going to go downstairs and get it, Dana, because that's actually how I secure my SSDs in my Mac Pro. So, well, I guess the general consensus is going to be to use the SATA drive then. So, and I have no idea if these adapters work. I mean, they're brand new. I've never actually used any. That's what it looks like. But I have to use a laptop size hard drive because of the space limitations in this thing. And yeah, it would yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, let's how about if we install the 80 and see how it works. And maybe we can maybe we can make an informed decision better. Because I don't know, I have no problem using the serial ATA. I just I don't know, I just kind of like this computer to oh, it's not that. This couch is a disaster. I don't know, I just kind of want everything to be the way it's supposed to be. Oh, so let us change, whoops, cameras around. so everybody can see my bright shiny head. So, hello Tobias, how are you this evening? Thank you for joining. Jay, you don't even have a 6 terabyte SSD in anything, so I don't want to hear it. Alright, so take the airport out. I love how they give you a tab to pull up on the ATA cable, but you get no such luck with the power. Well, lucky you. I'm not that independently wealthy to have multi-terabyte SSDs, unfortunately. Oh, so now placing the hard drive in the cube actually is not too terrible, except for the fact that it uses a different size torque screw than the rest of the machine for some stupid reason. Oh yes, large SSDs are expensive. Although he's using M.2 blade drives, so they're not nearly as bad. Alright, so this whole port of the heatsink comes off. Not that you really need to take it out, I just thought taking it out would make it a little easier, but probably no, there we go. No such luck. And anybody who's working on these the 3 screws in here are captive. They don't come out. So, and they go through these 3 screw holes. Oh, that's right. And the other side's on a rail. Hi, Simon. So, I forgot about that. It's been a while since I did one of these. $16 terabyte. Yeah, that's what I need, Trina. Oh my goodness. I am finding myself continuously running out of space on my computer. I have offloaded all of my videos onto iCloud to try to save some space. iCloud is actually a wonderful thing to have if you or any type of cloud storage. Doesn't necessarily have to be iCloud. I happen to have iCloud because I mean, why not, you know? So I get 2 terabytes. I got it on sale for it's $9.95 a month. So it's not too bad. I mean, it's reasonably quick. This is a hard drive. Okay, yes. So while we're doing this, don't think there's any jumpers on that, but we definitely want to set this for master. Yeah, captive screws are awesome. especially in a fiddly little part like this. Which of course goes back in the machine much easier than it comes out. Story of my life. It's just like working on a car. It takes me 3 hours to get a part out of a car, and it takes me 10 minutes to put the damn part back in. All right. That's the hard part. So, just plug in the Molex and the I to E. And I know the Tiger DVD is still in this thing. Whoops. I'm sitting here trying to plug a USB keyboard into a FireWire port, by the way. Just thought you should know that. All right. So, who wants to take bets on how well this is going to work? You know, Alex, I have never actually run Tiger on an Intel-based Mac in my life. I have always had Snow Leopard. On my, at least Snow Leopard on my Intel machines. So... but also in the grand scheme of things, I am fairly new to the Intel realm. I only got my first Intel Mac about 3 years ago, I'm going to say. And it was a Mac Pro. Yeah, Jay, I'm sure it does. I mean, Tiger on a Power PC runs so smooth. That's the reason I like it so much. Oops. All right. Well, here we are back to our ridiculous looking contraption here, and I apologize for the way my desk looks. No problem. My desk is an unmitigated disaster. The hard drive's spinning. It's a mite noisy, but it's spinning. So right now we're loading Tiger off of DVD, which does take a little while. It's not the fastest booting operating system in the world. It's wicked fast once you get it installed, though. Well, I hear that I hear the heads running on the hard drive. Unless, of course, that's the DVD going. It's possible, too. I think that's the DVD drive running. Thing's loud. Oh, shit. Okay. This should all be backed up. Hey, Steve, I found the hard drive out of my BBS. This is all backed up. I know that. I actually have this all backed up on a USB flash drive. It was formatted as DOS, Jay. This ran my BBS system, which ran under Windows XP. Well, this actually didn't run the BBS. This was the backup drive for the BBS. I have no idea why anybody would need 25 gigs for OS 9, but we're going to give it 25 gigs. Right now, the drive is partitioning and erasing and everything. It's reacting fine. So we're going to install OS 10.4 on Untitled 1. This software takes 4.8 gigabytes of space. That's funny. Alright, we're going to do... I don't need printer drivers. I don't need the English translations either, because I only speak two languages, English and bad English. So yeah, the only printer driver I need is I have a Canon image class laser printer here, And that doesn't have any drivers included with Mac OS anyway. I know, Jay. 4.8 gigs. That's just ridiculous. I mean, how are we supposed to function? You know, when we're installing an operating system on a 60 gigabyte hard drive. I mean, what are we going to do? We're not going to have any space. You know, by the time we load Final Cut Pro and all of our files on there, we're going to be empty. 4.8 gigs, my God. The installer for Big Sur is like twice that size. And, you know, just for giggles, if I can get it here. Oh, that's a serial cable. That ain't gonna help me. I've got so many cables running here. Oh, here it is. Haha! Ethernet! What the hell? We ain't got nothing to lose. I don't use Wi-Fi. Yeah, I've had operating systems that fit on floppies. That's for sure. I used to have a computer. I ran all off of floppies. It's called a Mac 512K. I used to have to run everything off of floppies. I love that computer. That was probably one of my favorite machines. I tell you what, I used the living crap out of that 512K. Yes, the plug is broken. It's only a temporary cable, Jay, so it actually works out because then I don't have to worry about the little clip breaking off. The cable works fine. It's like a 100-foot cable. It goes from my switch over here, down around, behind the desk, and then it loops back around the desk because I'm too lazy to pull everything out to pull the cable out. This is the cable that I used to have running into the kitchen. I used to have it running around the wall into the kitchen. And when I used to have the kitchen table set up, that's the Ethernet cable I used to feed the airport that's set out in the kitchen. So I could have I had a Mac Pro and I had a G5 out there at one point in time. Because I still had a PC here in my living room. So. Sorry, Jay, not today. I'll send you some over iMessage. I got some new ones you probably like. Oh yes, the airport card in this thing is slow. It's just 802.11b. So it's 11 megabits per second, which is like 2 megs per second. So, and I don't have any of those old airport cards anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. This particular cube doesn't have any aerials inside for the airport. So I wouldn't be, even if I installed an airport card, I wouldn't be able to use it because there's no aerial. I'd have to actually install an aerial in it. And of course, being a cube, it uses special ones. So, which is fine. I don't have any intention of using Wi-Fi with this machine at all anyway. I'm not a big Wi-Fi person. The aerials were in really rough shape, so I just totally removed them, Steve. Mainly, like I said, I have no intention of using airport with this machine, so it wasn't a big deal to take them out. And these don't have Bluetooth, so I'm not too worried about that. Kind of wish they did. I mean, Bluetooth would be kind of cool on one of these, to be honest with you. Boy, listening to that hard drive brings back memories. Man, that thing was loud, but oh my gosh, was it reliable. Holy hell. Yeah, I could, but I'm like I said, I'm not worried about the airport. First of all, I don't have an airport card. Second of all, the airport is so ridiculously slow that it's not really worth it. And C, I'm not going to run an aerial in a computer just to have airport, just to say, hey, it's got airport, because that's not exactly a selling point. 10100. This is right before gigabit. This is basically a smaller version of the original Sawtooth. So yeah, they but it's still 1,000 times faster than Wi-Fi. So I didn't know there was a cube with gigabit unless somebody actually like went in and modified it. Oh, it was an option? I didn't know that. Huh. Oh yeah. I was just looking on Mac Tracker. Yes, it is an option. So I don't know, it's a good possibility. This one may have it. No, it doesn't. It's 10100. I didn't even know gigabit was an option on the Cube. Yeah, but the problem is, Mike, is that the USB on this is only 1.1, so it's only 12 megs a second. It's going to be slow to begin with. So you really have to have USB 2 to really have Bluetooth. Otherwise, it just can't. There's just no bandwidth for it. Well, we're about half done. It says about 6 minutes remaining, so this is good. We're doing better than we were yesterday. Or on Saturday. We're actually making progress. Well, Tobias, is not a card, it's the entire logic board, I believe, that you have to change out to get the gigabit Ethernet. I don't think it's just a matter, because the Ethernet's built into the logic board. So it's possible that the gigabit models are a little different. I'm not sure. I didn't even know they existed before today. Oh, it is a card? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I never really looked, to be honest with you. I mean, this thing still has a modem, for crying out loud. The biggest thing that sucks about a Cube is there's no sound at all, unless you have one of the USB sound cards thingies. So yeah, we'll be able to see it, but we can't hear anything, which is good, because I think Steve said they'll copyright strike me if I do. Could pull this out a little bit. It's a little more viewable for you. Oh, okay. Thanks for the information there, Greg. I didn't know that. Huh. I never really paid attention. Well, if anybody would know, it would be Greg and Steve, because those two know more about G Series Macs than I can ever imagine. So, I actually, skipped right from a Power Mac 8550 that I had upgraded to the hilt. It was a G3 350 card, about 280 megs of memory, 20 gigabyte 10K Seagate hard drive, and that thing was pretty reasonably fast for for the time. And I probably ran that computer up to about 2010, and I just totally retired it. And strictly went to PC because I wasn't big on OS 10, because my experience with OS 10 was limited to the very first versions, and as everybody knows, they were far from good. So it shied me away from OS 10. So basically, when it got to the point where OS 9 was really, 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 really end of life, to the point where it was pretty much useless, I just finally retired and went to Windows. Yeah, the problem is, Mike, is the if you can even find the adapters like the PowerWave, they're expensive. They're ridiculously expensive. So I'm keeping my eyes out for one. Eventually, honestly, this computer is probably going to be more of a showpiece than an actual like computer I'm going to use on a regular basis. I would probably, truthfully, if I wanted a G4 to actually use on a daily basis, I'd probably get my Quicksilver out and use that. Well, it says it's got about a minute, Jay, so you might lose that bet. Then again, we know how Apple's less than a minute goes sometimes. I've seen their less than a minute go for 10 minutes. One cool thing I did notice about this cube is that there's actually a hard drive activity light on the logic board. Not on the hard drive, it's on the logic board. There's a little flashing green light. I'm assuming it's for, hey, it's done. Now, if they ain't lucky, it'll eject the DVD. Or attempt to eject the DVD. Can't tell what it's trying to boot off of. I think it's booting off the hard drive. Yeah, Mike, it literally is a work of art. There's actually one on display at the Museum of Modern Art. Um, I'm going to say it's booting off the hard drive very slowly. Of course, then again, this isn't exactly the fastest computer in the world either. Go to Beach Ball, so it should be loading the video now. There's the video. Alright, Jay, see you later. Now we got to go through all the BS registration stuff. Ugh. Oh, bullshit marketing. Yeah, I live in that building too. I live in apartment R. Yay! Whoops. Now we have to fight the DVD to get it out of the drive. Oh, it took 3 bangs that time. Now, I am going to put this DVD in the drawer in its fancy schmancy box. There's no PRAM battery in it, Steve, at all. That's why the date's not set. I think you took it out. It's not a belt; it's a rubber roller, Dana, and they're pretty notorious for getting worn out, especially on the Qs because of the vertical drive. Hey, I got updates already. Yeah, it didn't take long. I probably won't put a battery in this because it's the only thing it's really for is the clock, and anytime I have it hooked up to the internet, it'll set. So, you know, I mean, the clock set itself. It says Monday, 6:51 p.m. So we got a 450 megahertz power PC G4 with 1.25 gigs of RAM. And if we go into System Profiler, there's the hard drive. Western Digital. The smart status is verified, so it must be doing okay. Of course, no built-in audio, no Bluetooth, no burning, 400 meg FireWire. So we have the NVIDIA GeForce 2 MX here installed. And we go down here to memory. We have one 256 meg and two 512 meg PC 100 DIMMs. Or, well, mix of PC 100 and PC 133, of course. Oh. And that's about it. I mean, there's not really much to go on here. Oh yeah, we have the internal modem. Oh, that's good. That should be useful. Just curious to see what it is here. Hi, Prada. I love you too. That's my armpit, you jerk. Oh, it's a V90, so it's a 56K modem. Prada, that is my armpit, you goober. God, you're such a goob. This is one cool thing about Apple is, now I just installed it. This is 10.6, I think, 10.4.6, and and it's already updating. It's already doing updates to 10.4.11, and here we are. I mean, this software was obsoleted in 2007, I think. So, oh, it takes about 3 years to do all the Java updates to OS 10. So let's go into the control panel here once. This machine's not running too bad. Hey, we can go to 1920 by 1080. Hey, we can do full HD at millions of colors. Oh, that looks stupid. So does it. No, Rage Pro definitely wouldn't be doing those kind of. I mean, you probably could do those resolutions, but not with millions of colors. Oh, hi, Lucy. Come here, little Luce. Come here, Luce. Lucifer. Come here, Lucifer. Lucifer, come here. Lucifer. Come here, Lucifer. You little dweeb. God, you're a dweeb. Ugh. Trina, that's Lucifer. She's either in heat or she wants attention. I think she's in heat. Prada? So, we got the network hooked up. Huh. That's weird. Ah, okay. I didn't even go into the sharing preferences yet, so. Yeah, I have PPC apps. I have all that stuff on my Mac Pro. I want to copy it over. Well, I guess we should restart it first. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a bong. Well, I can hear this hard drive spin, but I can't hear it do anything else. You'd think as loud as the rotation is on it that you'd hear the heads clattering around, but it's actually quite quiet. Come on, Betsy. You can do it. This drive is definitely not the fastest thing in the world. I think if I'm going to make it into a usable machine where I can actually use it, I think I'm going to put an SSD in. Although I don't know how much of an advantage SSD would give me over a spinning hard drive on an ATA 100 bus. Well, Lucy. Come here, Lucifer. Not you, Expo. Come here, Lucifer. You're the reason she won't come out here, you jerk. Yeah, it is rebooting twice, Steve. I forgot about that. Hell, even my new Mac Pro does that. While we are waiting, take a look at this. Wow, I'm smarter than I give myself credit for. You hear that, Simon? Daddy's smart. No, updates and laundry are never done. I got about a month's worth of laundry I gotta do. I should be doing laundry, but instead I'm sitting here live streaming. Because it's more interesting. I have never used GarageBand. Well, in the drive's defense, Dylan, which, by the way, welcome to the stream. I didn't know you were here. This drive is 18 years old, and it probably has more uptime on it than some server drives do. So we go to About This Mac. It should say 10.4.11 now. Yep. So what I did is I took the airport thing off of this little bracket. So I can install that bracket because that bracket keeps the wires out of the way. Whoops. And of course I dropped the screws. Are you serious? Damn arthritis. Yeah, it probably is ready for retirement. Figure I could press it into service one last time. Kidding me? Man, I need to get off my butt and vacuum. Alright, well. One of the screws took a trip. Yeah, this hard drive actually used to run my BBS system years ago. So it's got some hours on it. Seeing as how it used to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for the better part of, I want to say, 6 years. So it's definitely It's been around the block a couple of times, that's for sure. It'd be interesting to see if it actually has a report of how many hours the drive has been running. Just to see. But yeah, it's working. So surprise to me. It's 7200. It's a regular 7200 RPM drive. So let's see if we can load up the sharing panel here. Alright, let's see. Hey! See here, which drive do I want to load up? I'm not even sure. Hey, Howlin, how are you doing? Well, let's see here. Holland, excuse me. I told you I'm horrible with pronouncing names. I'm also horrible at remembering names. So where is... That's not good. Oh, okay. Hard drive spun down. Oh, I think it might be on this drive. Let's take a look. Well, this sucks. I thought I had a... I had a total backup of my iMac G5's hard drive, but maybe I don't. Maybe I got rid of it. Well, this kind of sucks. I guess I'll have to plug the iMac in and download the whole hard drive again. Well, alrighty then. So now let's see if we can find our what we got here. Tiger hardware test. Well, I didn't really miss much, Greg, to be totally honest with you. Right now, I'm trying to find my OS 9 Lives CD I just had Saturday. I think I might just say screw it and make another one. Oh, you didn't really miss anything. I got OS 10 installed. My FireWire 400 to 800 cable is messed up, Mike. That's why I'm not doing that. Oh, baby. I think that was what was causing problems on Saturday. Is that my cable's damaged. I need to get a new one. Ow, you jerk! God, you're an ass. The cat just bit me. So, this will only take a couple of minutes to burn. I don't know how fast this drive is, but it's pretty quick. It's a stock super drive in the Mac Pro. Sorry if anybody's getting bored. Yeah, because when we were having trouble on Saturday, it seems like everything started going back to normal once I disconnected the FireWire cable. So I think my FireWire cable is damaged. It's kind of bent on the end. Now it's finishing up, taking its grand old time, of course. What? Seriously? Screw it, let's try it. Release. Oh, there you are. Hello, baby. Hello, girl. Lucy, come here, Lucy. Not you, Expo. Nobody wants to see you. Yeah, I think this CD is borked. Oh.
Whoops. Oh, no, there it goes. It did finally mount. Huh. Let's see if we can... See if we can boot from it. Shows up here. Come here, boo. Come here, boo. Boo boo. Come here, boo. Oh. Boo, come here. Come here. Come here, bud. No, not you, Prada. You're in my asshole. Come here. No. Prada, go fly. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Oh! There's Expo. He's a brat. He's fat and heavy. Oh. Hey. Well, it's booting off the CD. I got a Happy Mac. Yeah, he won't be living here too much longer. He belongs to my ex-fiancée. It's definitely taking its grand old time booting up, though. I think this CD is messed up because it didn't burn right. Loose. Come here, little baby. Come here. Come here. Come here, Lucifer. Hey, little girl. Hey, little baby. Lucifer. Oh. This is Lucifer. She is a tiny little thing. She is, believe it or not, 4 years old. And she is the size of a large kitten. And she does not meow very well. So, she's the one that you guys have probably heard half squeaking in the background. She's not big on being picked up, but as long as you're paying attention to her, she's okay for a few seconds at least. See, you're on TV. Yeah. We're gonna make you famous, Lucy. She's a little baby. She's a daddy's girl, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, I think this CD's messed up. It should have booted by now. It's just like that DVD drive's just randomly reading back and forth constantly. Well, this disc didn't burn right, so Of course you found a box. Lucy's obsessed with boxes. Hey, Simon. I've never had trouble. I've installed the OS not. Whoa. Really, Lucy? Lucy just knocked over my camera. She's sitting here rubbing up against. Oh, she's playing with the cords. Lucifer! You're bad. You're bad. Good thing you're cute. So, well, I'm going to call this a success because the computer is up and running. I've never had issues getting it to install, so I've installed the OS 9 Lives universal version on many computers over the years. I've never had issues with it. So I'm not saying that there aren't issues, but I've never run into any. So, but I'm going to call it a success because it is booting on its own. Yes, it's running, Jay. There, see? There you go, Jay. It's up and running. I was trying to install OS 9 on it, but it wasn't working too well. So, see, and the Cube shouldn't have any issues installing OS 9 because OS 9 was installed natively on it. So, that's one operating system that really shouldn't have an issue. But, I don't know. OS 9's minor. OS 10 is more important. So, oh, I tried installing OS 9 on it and it didn't work out too well, Steve. But I do have OS 10 running. I'm going to call it a success. Machine's actually not running dead hot, surprisingly. Steve, it wouldn't even boot. When I burnt. I can't find the discs that I had. It's here somewhere. I'm just not exactly sure where. So I I need to find that so I can use it because I've installed that version quite a few times, never had issues. Yes, Jay, it would play UT. It wouldn't be very fun to play UT on it, but it would play it. Oh yeah, it'll do UT. Yeah, that's a non-issue. I mean, it's not going to do it at maximum settings, but it's going to do it. Well, I'm not going to do it right now because I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours installing it. I'll copy a bunch of stuff onto my FireWire hard drive. I got to get a new cable, new FireWire 400 cable. So this computer was originally a 450 megahertz course. It had 128 megabytes of memory, a 20 gigabyte hard drive, a DVD-ROM, the Rage 128 16 meg, 10100 Ethernet, modem, Mac OS, and keyboard. So this was a pretty base model machine, except for the processor. The processor was pretty middle of the road. So here it is. Ta-da! Oh, thank you, Chris. What I need is a FireWire 400 to 800. My FireWire drive is actually a FireWire 800. And of course my Mac Pro is a FireWire 800. So hooking it to the Mac Pro is not an issue. It's the 400 to the 800. So yeah, and I'll probably fart around with it later. I don't think installing software on a computer is really very interesting. So, oh, there's Lucy. Lucifer! Hey, Lucifer! Lucifer! So, I haven't even cleaned it, Steve. It's pretty much, I took the tape off of it. There was tape, there's all kinds of packing tape. There's a chunk missing out of it right here, and it's scratched up pretty bad in spots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the entire thing apart, because I think that the metal shield inside of here comes out. I've never actually attempted it. I've never really paid attention to see if anybody has, but I have a in case you guys don't know, I'm a mechanic, so I have an industrial commercial buffer at work, and I have some pretty good compounding supplies that I usually use on cars. So I was thinking about using it on this to see how it does the pie. I've never used it on plastic. This is actually acrylic, so this is pretty hard to begin with. But I got to clean it. It's got tape residue and everything else on it, so I got to clean all that up. And then I'll do something with this chip here. But it's in the chip is in the back, so when you're looking at the computer like this, you're not really going to notice it. It's not until you look at it from here. Where is it? Yeah, it's right here. And that's the only real damage on the machine, besides just tape and stuff like that, and the scratches. So I'm going to I'm going to buff it out, and I'm going to try to take the metal out and see if I can clean the inside real good, because there's all kinds of gook that gets stuck up in here. So, and I haven't made up my mind whether or not I want to do any modifications to it, or... Oh, okay, Dana, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if yeah, and you know what, this one here actually, oh yeah, no, are these cracks, or yeah, they might be cracks. Yeah, it might have some cracks in it around the screws. So, because yeah, if you really think about it, those two screws up on the top are the only thing holding the computer up. You figure the whole computer is basically hanging on those two screws. So, but I mean, it came from an e-waste recycler. Steve picked up, I think, 3 of them. He picked up one that was actually in a box, not brand new or anything. It was just in the box. So one of them was pretty rough looking, was really beat up. There was this one, and then there was one other one that was in really nice shape, and I think that's the one he kept. So, and I had a Cube once before, but the power supply was bad, and at the time, this is like 2000. This is like 2005. Cubes weren't really that old. The power supplies were ridiculously expensive for them, so I never replaced it. And unfortunately, when I moved from my apartment to the house my ex-wife lives in now, I don't know if I got rid of it or if it got lost or somebody took it. I mean, so... Oh, the real beat up one was in the box, yeah. Yeah, this one here was like the better than destroyed one. Steve kept the best one, obviously, which, you can't blame the guy. He sold this to me for, I don't know, a pittance. I don't even remember. I think I paid him $20 for it. So, Steve can probably remember. I don't remember. I think it was like $20 or something I paid him for it. And just like everything from there, it was an as-is deal. What you get, what it is what you got. So, yeah, I think Lucifer's in heat, Dana. She's well, first of all, she's a girl. So, and I call her Lucifer because she's an evil little shit. She likes to bite you and eat you. So, but yeah. So, Steve was nice enough to go dig all these things out and save them all. I mean, I know to this day he still hasn't gone through all the computers that he got from there. So, oh my goodness, I am so tired. But I had some trouble with this one, but we got it working. Thanks to you guys, me, and of course David Stahl. He's the one that provided me with the processor card. So, got to visit his channel. If he just put something out on his Cube about putting the modifying the video card bracket on his Cube. Actually, he put a GeForce 6600, I think, in his. So, I'm not going to do anything like that. I don't see a point. I mean, yeah, it would be cool to have, but I don't really see a lot of point to do it. And his is already pretty heavily modified, so he's got the dual CPUs and he's got a fan and everything in his. So putting a bigger graphics card in his isn't a big deal. See, on mine, I want to try to keep mine as stock as I can. So I'm not sure. I don't know if it was a 400 or a 450, Steve. You're talking 15 years ago. I would never remember that. Probably a 450 since they were the most common. Yes, Dana, that's Expo on the floor here. I did hold him up for the camera earlier. So, yeah, he's a sweet dog. He's a pain in the ass, but he's a sweet dog. He's old, so he usually just chills out here with. He usually follows me wherever I'm at because he's hoping I'll eat something and drop it on the floor for him. Like yesterday, he shared about half of my chicken fingers. So, yes, Lucy, we hear you. So, that's all right, Dana. I only held him up for a second. He's heavy. I can only hold him up for so long. But Greg wanted to see him. so far he loves Greg and he loves Steve, so he'll love anybody as long as you have food, right? Yeah, as long as you got food, you'll love him to death. So, but I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So, yeah, I gotta get the girls fixed. All the boys are fixed, Trina. I just, it's been a financial thing. I just never bothered getting the girls done. So, but like I said, I call it a success. It's working. It's working fine. So, it could definitely use a little more oomph, but it's working fine. I don't know. I might consider doing some upgrades to it, but truthfully, seeing as how it's going to be more of a show thing than anything, I don't know if I'm going to go too crazy with it. But at least I got it running again. It's been sitting on the floor for like 3 months now, waiting for me to work on it. So, but thanks, Greg, for coming. I appreciate it. So, I'm going to wrap this up. Say bye to at least everybody that's here. Mike Mullet, thanks for being here. Steve, Trina, Joe, Chris. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. Dylan. I don't know how many of you guys are still here. Of course, Dana. So, Trina, for sure. But, remember, go visit Steve at Mac84. Steve is my #1 patron. However, he does not donate through Patreon. He donates other ways. Steve is the reason that I was able to get the new camera, and Steve is also the reason that I have the Cube, the Classic 2, which that's probably going to be my next video coming out, is going to be the Classic 2. I do have it, so Steve brought it over the last time when he came over a couple weeks ago. I just wasn't feeling a video last week, so but so this week I think I'm going to do the Classic 2, set it up and do it, and I might be looking into getting a HDMI capture device, so hopefully we can get something a little more professional going on here. But if you're not subscribed, I don't know why you're even here. If you're here and you're not subscribed, then there's something wrong with you. So please make sure you subscribe, like the video, go back and watch my other videos. I want to do this more. I really enjoy doing this. I kind of see why all the guys. I never really understood why the guys liked the live stream so much. Now I'm kind of understanding it. So it's very nice. It's like almost like a one-sided conversation, but it's cool. I really appreciate the interaction with you guys. So look out later this week for my next video, which is going to be a Classic 2, and I think I'll dig something else out there that needs to be fixed up and maybe do it this weekend. So smash that like button. Don't forget to visit Bruce at Brankus Creations. I'm sure he's going to be doing a stream here in the next day or so. So thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate it. Stay safe and have a good weekend and enjoy your Thanksgiving. So thanks guys.